I'll just do a quick vid on just grace, man. And Salaki Items. Just basically the sin. Are we done away with sin or not, man? But, of course, grace follow that. But before I get started, I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Requah Dash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the actors that's pushing this work around the globe in truth and sincerity. I just did another vid on just the testament, just the covenant that new promise that the Most High gonna give unto us, man. So now I'm gonna just follow this one up with grace. Salagi, just basically the law and sin. This Romans 6:1. It says, What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? So, shall we continue in sin that grace may abound, man? I ain't never going into this real quick, guys. Yeah. It says, God forbid. Shall we that are dead to sin live any longer then? Should we? It says, I'm going to grab something real quick. This Romans 6, and I'm going to jump to 15. Well, I'm going to read 14. It says, For sin shall not have dominion over you. Okay? For ye are not under the law, but under grace. So what then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? God forbid. Because laws set up for order, man. All right, prior to, I just get it, man. I'm gonna just get it. This Romans 5, 5 and 12. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed where there is no law. So where there is no law, there is no sin. But the laws are imputed. Still to this very day, the Father never have done away with the laws. And if you read Matthew, it'll let you know, think not that I come to take away from the law, nor the prophets. I haven't come to take away, but to fulfill. I'm roughly paraphrasing that. But the laws are still in effect. You still can't commit adultery. You still can't covet your brother. So it says, for until the law, sin was in the world. But sin is not imputed where there's no law. But law, with the laws being in place, sin is imputed. So how is people saying, oh, well, we ain't under the law no more, we under grace, man? The law have never been done away with. The Yahweh Shai just came to give us that grace that if we should stumble, we shouldn't fall. But rather we rehearse the righteous acts of the laws, man. And that's to the best of our ability, man. That don't give you a leeway to sin at all, man. If your rent was due on the 5th of the month and you got a grace period, if you got into the 5th, just because you got into the 5th of the month and it's due on the 1st, you got until the 5th, Do that make it void that you have to pay the rent? No. All you're gonna have to do what? They're gonna what? Put you out, man. You're gonna get evicted. So that rent being due on the 5th of the month, you gotta either pay that or get evicted, man. The same as with the law. Either decide to keep the law or get put to debt, man. And this is the only way you are free from the law, man. This Romans 6 and 7. For he that is dead is free from sin, man. That's it. So you got to be out your carnal body, man, to be free from sin, man. And we going to get into it, man. This Romans 7 and 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law. Okay, so the law was given unto who? The children of Israel. So these are they that know the law. That know the law. He's speaking to these people that know the law. So he wasn't talking to who? The Gentiles right here. How that the law had dominion over a man as long as he liveth. It ain't say that it had dominion over you as long as Yahushua didn't give his blood for the remissions of it. It didn't say that. It says how that the law had dominion over man as long as he liveth, man. So as long as you live, you are under the law, man. Period. It ain't no getting around this, man. Christians won't, or whoever, these wicked ass 2/3 or whoever won't, bend the law, man. Subvert the law, man. Like you can't do that, man. Wicked ass, man. Salaga. Yeah, man, it's let's see. It's Romans. Let's see something. This Romans 3 and 19. It says, no, now we know that what things soever the law said, it said to them who are under the law. Okay? So the law is particularly to peculiar people, which is the children of Israel, man. Okay? That every mouth may be stopped. So it's nothing to say against it. Okay? That every mouth may be stopped, man. And all the world may become guilty before Yahweh. Because if there's no law, there's no sin. So if there's no sin, there's no debt. The wages of sin is debt. So how can you disannul sin and say we under grace? I mean, disannul the law and say we under grace. We're not, man. Anybody who's saying that is stone cold sinners, man. Period. There's no way to get around that, man, because y'all don't even have the understanding to know that what you're saying is completely adverse to the law. Sin is adverse to the law, man. Sin is transgression of the law, as it says in 1 John 3 and 4, man. 4 and 3. One of them. Salaga. It says, and all the world may become guilty before God, man. This is how God holds. This is what God holds against you, man. So there's no one walking upright to this moment, man, except Yahweh Shah, man, who's on the right hand of the Father, man, waiting to subdue all his enemies, man. It says this 20. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. All right, we're in the flesh. For by the law is the knowledge of sin, man. It's giving it to you right here, man. You can't go around this shit, man. Can't make this up, bro. So, lock it. That's to the point, man. This Romans 10:5. For Moses described the righteousness which is of the law, that the man which doeth those things shall live by them, man. And be justified in it, man. That's the righteousness of the law, man. The wickedness of the law is sin, which breaks the law, man. Which breaks the law down, man. And by the way, the law was made weak through flesh, man. Let me get that. So we can understand this, man. This Romans 8:3. For what the law could not do, and that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh, man. So that was his whole purpose of coming, man, because it was made weak through the flesh. But Yahushua came to fulfill it in the flesh to what? To do what? Take away the sting from it, man, which is debt, which is the wages of debt, which is sin, man. But he didn't come to disannul it. He came to fulfill it, man. This John 7:49. Yo, what you doing? Bro, I'm talking right now, bro. Salak about that, Agams. This John 7:49. But this people who know it not the law are cursed. All right. So the children of Israel know the law. All right. Even a 2/3. Here even give reverence to the Lord or to Allah, or either eat some chicken or something and throw the fat off. So how do he know that? So the people who know not the law are cursed, which is the other nations that is speaking about right here. Okay? Because 2/3 know the law. They don't know that the law is in them, but they know the law. And I get something to back that up. This Romans. This Romans 2:12. It says, for as many as have sinned without the law shall also perish without law. And as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law. All right. I'm going to jump to 14. For when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by the nature the things contained in the law, these having not the law or a law unto themselves. So these Gentiles that the Paul was speaking about right here was the who? Was the Israelite foreigners. Because there's no way they can do they cannot have the law but do that which is in the law, because the Father didn't make the other nations upright like that, man. He made the wicked, man. So in order to do something that contain a law, though yet you don't follow behind the law, man, you got to be of an Israelite lineage, man. This Proverbs 7:2. We're gonna get some understanding with this law shit, or who could deal with this law, man. It says, keep my commandments and live, and my law is the apple of thine eye. What he tell us to do as our guidance, as our guiding light in this world, man? To do what? To live by the commandments. To do what? For this is the whole duty of man. Keep my commandments and live, man. It says, bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the tables of thine heart, man. Set them in your mind, man. For this is your walk and way through life, man. This is man's all right here, man. The commandments, the laws and the statutes, man, and the work of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, man. The will of the Most High God, man. For this old acronym or whatever they call it, basic instructions before leaving earth, man. The Bible, man. Which means biblios, man. Many books. This is your life, man. This 1 John 3:9. It says, whosoever is born of Yahweh doeth not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of Yahweh. All right, so when you come back to this here, man, to this truth and to this word, man, and you be renewed in the spirit, you know, you're now is born of Yahweh, man. You're following the right customs and rituals and the ways that the Most High told you to walk in, man. All right? So you ain't going to commit sin, man. You going to flee sin off, man. The Father then what? He'll kick out your iniquities, man. As the Son of Man was born of God, man. This Galatians, I'm going to put it to bed. I can kind of went a little long. But, this Galatians 2. I drop that. I get Tobit. Make this the last one, man. I get Tobit. 12 and 10. I probably should have been bought this out, but it's the spirit. I can move on this. This Tobit 12 and 10. But they that sin are enemies to their own life, man. So, you know, continue sinning. All you people who say, you know, the law is done away with and we under grace, man. You know, continue to eat pork. You know, everybody who say that eat pork. I'm sure of it, man. I'm sure of that. They eat pork. You know, but. So, what will righteousness be counted as? If there's no law, then there's nothing to be righteous about, man. So, how did Abraham receive his fate was accounted to him as righteousness, man? Because it was an oral law. It was something up. It wouldn't be no righteousness. There's no need to go do nothing right if there's no law, man. Without a law, it's nothing to justify any doings in anything, man. This is the groundwork which everything has. This is the foundation of the groundwork of anything you put in play, man. Without law, there would be no order. The world would be complete chaos. Just on a carnal level, you know, is laws we abide by. Red light laws, you know, ticket laws we got to pay. Going to court, you know, taking certain items off when you at court, man. These are all laws, man. And we would disannul the law of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Yeah, man, you know, it's about time, you know, the Father make a speedy riddance of this place, man, and put those who are not seek the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Yahushua to death. because they don't even believe that it's a law. They believe it's fate. It's grace. And with that, Akums, man, just to say one more thing, man. If it wasn't a law, if it wasn't no law, well then why we can't free ourselves from slavery, man? Because they got us under strict laws of what we can do, where we can go. If you ain't under the law no more, then you shouldn't be under the white man law either, man. But I ain't gonna go too much further than that, man. I hope that was edifying, man, and just try to tap on that law and the sin situation, man. So whoever this got out to, I hope that was edifying. Until the next time, I'm gonna say shalom.